Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. My name is Midway and I hope you're having a wonderful day because I sure am. So today we got a new event which we talked about a couple days ago. We didn't really know what this whole event was going to be about, but now it's finally live since last Friday, so we are a little bit late to it, but we are going to still go ahead and check out what's in store for us in this event, and if any of the rewards, because there is a gacha in it, is worth getting. Right, before we do that, please go ahead and check out Aptoide if you haven't done so yet, but we'll talk a little bit more about that at the end of the video. For now, let's now get into it. Of course, a new event, you can always find it on the top right over here, and we got this little icon. We still have 4 days left into it, right? So it does come with a gacha, as we mentioned, and we are going to be checking out what the rewards are. So the gacha section of this thing is actually called Sea of Fallen Stars, right? So let's just get the whole thing out of the way. There is a mount on this gacha, so let's just go ahead and check it out. It's going to be giving us 10% defense, and I don't know if we talked about this one back in the day when we checked out the rewards for this possible gacha. Nonetheless, let's get into it. Grants a shield equal to 10% of max HP every 11 seconds after the battle starts, lasting 8 seconds. Grants 6% damage resistance for the shield's duration. Cleanses and increases final damage resistance by 3% and attack by 3% once the shield is lost. I'm not sure what the cleanses really means here. Maybe it means that it's going to be removing any potential stun effects on you, but it's going to be allowing you to get 10% or actually 3% more defense and basically 3% more attack. Then once the shield is lost, lasting until the end of the battle. Okay, so that's basically the buff you are getting. Then that's going to be stacking up to 3 times. That's based off of the fact that you might get the shield to reapply, because it does apply every 11 seconds, right? So if the fight does last for long enough, well, you might just get, I don't know, 3, maybe 4 shields out of this whole thing. And if it does stack up 3 times, well, you can get a total of 9% damage resistance, or rather final damage resistance, as well as 9% attack, which is not bad. Also granting 6% damage resistance during the shield's duration makes you a little bit sturdy. This is not a bad amount. However, I think there is better ones. It's just that the shield is not that big. It's only 10% of your max HP, but the cleanse effect might be the whole thing you are really looking forward here to, because removing any stuns or any effects on you could just give you the edge you need in the battle. Nonetheless, let's now look at the artifact. If I can click it, it looks pretty damn cool, not gonna lie. Global attack increased by 10%, the best you can get out there. What's it called? Summon a copy of a random enemy character or boss unit, okay, excluding Lava Behemoth, Grumpy Bighead, Spectacle Spectre, and the Hellhound, okay, within range every 14 seconds, alright, which inherits 20% of their max HP and 40% of their attack, and exists for up to 5 seconds. Triggers once 1.5 seconds after the battle starts. Alright, so you can only have this happen once the fight really begins. I'm not sure if we can find somebody. Maybe we can find somebody in my family here which has it. Let me go ahead and see it here for myself. They don't have it. Do they have it? Anybody has it? Not really. Maybe out here in the rankings. That could be pretty cool if we could just go ahead and see what it really spawns. If this person has it, they do. Okay, let me just go ahead and practice versus them. I might just get one shot before that even spawns. That is in fact the case. So I don't know if I am going to be able to do much more about that, because usually the people that are going to be buying this, well, they are going to be a lot stronger than I am. But yeah, can I find it on somebody else? Not this person. Maybe they have it hidden, because they can also do that. Maybe this guy. No. Maybe this guy. No. Okay. So actually, yeah, I mean, I couldn't really see it happening because I'm just way too far behind. If any of these people could have it, that would be insane. But yeah, basically it's going to be spawning a clone, which I've heard from people in my family, it's not the strongest, but if you manage to maybe get one of the bosses, it might be pretty cool. I'm not too sure really. That is something that you might just have to find for yourself by playing versus other players online in the PvP rankings or whatever. But yeah, it really kind of depends. I'm not able to really survive long enough. Maybe if I just go ahead and use Blitz Assault. Let me go ahead and do that real quick. I think I have Blitz Assault. Yeah, there we go. We have it on this one. So let's just go ahead and battle this person again. I'm not gonna be actually just doing the actual PvP. I'm gonna be practicing. So let's see if I'm able to survive long enough with Blitz Assault. And yeah, I don't see anything that's been spawned that's any special. I think they had a copy of themselves. But yeah, obviously you also have your Clone Strike, which would usually do that. I don't see any bosses or anything. So maybe that's just the skin, that they're not actually using that artifact. That could also be the case. Nonetheless, yeah, that one does sound interesting for sure, but I'm not too sure if I know how to gauge the power on that one. Then we also have, of course, the Gimmick minigame, which this time around is pretty damn cool. If you've ever played one of these games before, it is, I'm not really too sure what to call it, maybe sort of like a Space Invaders, but it's not the usual, you just shoot the aliens and it's like an 8-bit game. This is a little bit more evolved. Yeah, there's been a lot of these games over the years, I'm sure you know what I am talking about, really looking at it, you are familiar with it. But yeah, basically you just collect these upgrades that are like falling from the sky as you kill these enemies. You're supposed to try and just not lose any HP. That's really what it all comes down to. If you do lose HP, you are able to retrieve some out of those barrels. But yeah, there is different upgrade paths. I did a what you call it, I don't know, I did a try before where I actually got a different build where I had like more random AoE kind of attacks. Nonetheless, you do face the boss, you kill the boss, and if you are able to get the boss killed with enough HP, well, that's basically just it. You are able to get some rewards out of it, and then that is the whole thing. I think you actually don't need to get end the whole thing with like maybe above 3 HP. That's just something that I'm kind of making up in my mind. You just need to kill the boss, and that is my girlfriend, excuse me. But that's pretty much all the whole thing. You just kill the boss, and once you do so, you are able to retrieve the rewards. There is an upgrade. We're going to be getting this one now, and that's going to make us shoot 2 projectiles. Actually, is it 2 projectiles or is it 1? I think it's just 1, but it's like a little bit bigger. It looks a little bit more, I don't know, scary. So there we go. We got the upgrade again. We have the same upgrade path now, so we are just going to be able to stand still and just shoot straight ahead. I think the bullets also are a little bit faster now. From the enemies, so that's really what makes it scary. There's more enemies, and there's also just a faster I don't know, fire rate from the enemies. So we are able to dodge, and we're going to be taking more damage there, but we get the I don't know, the health. And that's it, it just dies, so we get some upgrades, or rather some rewards. So the rewards are nothing crazy, it just seems to be your regular gems, your lamps, and your tickets. But you do get 7 tries out of the gacha, right? So every time you do one of those levels, you're going to be able to get a few chances out of this gacha. 7 tries per one of those levels is pretty damn fair, right? So you can always just roll it out and see if you can get lucky enough. There is also other choices for the artifacts once you do get the new one, the Under the Dome. So if you are looking forward to getting any of these, like the the scissors, we also talked about these ones in the past, well, you are able to do so if you actually get the first artifact, and then you are able to choose a different one to get in the future. Now, there is also today the ending of the logging price. I think this might be different for you, because I think this is like 7 days from where you actually came back to the game, but I've just done so I'll be covering this in a different video where we will be talking a little bit about what's the best thing to get out of this. But I'm gonna be doing some spendings over there, right? So yeah, we will be getting some rewards out of that other event. Nonetheless, that is pretty much the whole thing about this gacha event. We do have a little bit of a gameplay gimmick. Nothing crazy. We also, of course, get the gacha with some interesting rewards if you're able to get into that and just try to put some money into it. Of course, it depends on whether or not you're interested in the rewards. This time around, I think, well, it kind of depends. I'm not really able to tell you much about the artifact, but it does look pretty damn cool, and hopefully it is actually strong enough. Nonetheless, that's pretty much the whole thing I got for you today, guys, with this whole event. Now, before you go, please go ahead and check out Aptoide. Aptoide is basically just like Google Play. You download apps from Apptoid onto your Android phone or an Android emulator on your PC, and you, for example, download Legend of Mushroom into your phone from Aptoid, and once you do so, then what's going to happen is that you are going to be able to earn cashbacks that can go from extra 10% of your money all the way up to extra 25, actually 35% of any amount of money you are spending. So for example, picture that I am going to be spending €1.20 on this pack of gems. I am going to be getting a bonus in the form of AppCoins credits based on the bonus that I currently have accumulated, and you can increase that bonus by doing things, for example, using using my code, which is going to be down there in the description as well as on the screen right here, right? So the thing about Aptoide is once you do have enough of those credits or bonuses, which I don't right now, then you can go ahead and use them instead of your money to make the payments for you. And you can do this in any game that you play through Aptoide, right? So it's a way of just basically getting more value for your money, so you're just able to afford more things in the games you're going to be playing and paying anyways, by just basically being able to just get whatever you want for a little bit less money. Just picture that you are playing a gacha on one of these events in Legend of Mushroom. Well, you're going to be able to just buy whatever you want out of the gacha with a total of a little bit less of just real money spending, right? Because that bonus will in turn just give you just a bit of an extra reward out of doing those spendings, right? So the whole thing comes together with the AppCoins wallet, which, by the way, there's a guide down there in the description about how to set the whole thing up in your phone, just in case you have any questions. It is very damn simple, takes no more than 5 to 10 minutes, and if you got any questions, you can always drop them down below in the comment section of this video. But the AppCoins wallet, basically you need this in your phone as well, and here's where you're going to be able to see how much bonus you currently have accumulated, which I have pretty much nothing right now because I've been spending it. You can see your purchase history right here, as well as here you're going to be able to see a bit of a progress tracker towards unlocking higher bonuses, which you do so basically by spending money and using those credits. And nonetheless, you can also see here where you input the promo code that I talked about. You just type it in there, and then that's going to be unlocking that extra 5% for you. And there's also going to be different active events which are going to be within the AppCoins wallet, which during the time that they are active, they're going to be increasing the amount of a bonus you get during in those games in particular, from 5 all the way up to 10% sometimes. They usually last for about a day, right? So whenever that's happening in the game you're playing, well, you're going to be able to get even more money in the form of a bonus when using Aptoide, right? So that's pretty much the whole thing, guys. If you got any questions, again, drop them down below in the comment section. It's definitely a lot of value, and if you do actually choose to use my code, it's going to be helping me out a whole damn lot. So if you do so and you enjoy my content, well, thank you very much. Nonetheless, that's the whole thing I got for you today, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye, see ya.